Now I'm going to walk you through how to make edits to the home page as well as the footer and then customize your header. Um, to make any content changes to the home page other than banner and header, you're going to navigate to the appearance section and then the widgets. And to edit a specific part of the home page, you just navigate to this home page section. HTML, this is the first text that appears on the page, so currently it's the vision of Frontline Ministries International. And then your text and some grid boxes. So the three grids, ministries, missions, and media, all appear in those grids in that HTML. If you want a visual editor, you click into edit content and it shows you that here. So I'm just going to cancel out of that. And then that's where you would edit that top grid section. And then the HTML section here, this is where you edit the featured section. Right now we don't have anything in there other than this India trip update. But this is where you could promote like an upcoming conference or a trip and link to other places within the site. This is where you would edit that. I'm going to close out of that. And then the testimonies, this is just a widget. You can choose how many testimonies go through, and then the autoplay speed. And then events list. This just shows the 4 most recent upcoming events. So if you ever wanted to edit anything in those sections, that's where you would come to do it. If you would ever need to edit anything in the footer, like if you wanted to change some text or needed to change the link for Constant Contact or the podcast page, this is where you could come to do that. Close out of that, and then the HTML section at the end is just your contact info. So if you ever needed to change that, that's where you could come and do it. Now I'm going to walk you through how to change the menus on the header. You'll come over here and click into menus, and you have options of the menus you can edit. Right now there are 2. Main, which is your primary navigation that appears at the top of the page, and then social, which is this drop down, and social is what appears in this right corner, YouTube and Facebook currently. For the main primary navigation, I currently have it set up like the sitemap. But if you guys would ever want to add pages or remove pages, this is where you would come to do it. So I have the ministries section, Frontline Worship Center, Training Center, Redemption for Life. Say you wanted to remove Redemption for Life. You would just click the drop down arrow and hit remove. And this won't remove the page from the site. It will just remove it from the menu. I'm not going to do that because I know we want it there. But say you wanted to add another page to this drop down. You could just do a search of a specific page. I'm just going to do a generic about us. So I'll click on this about page and then I would click add to menu and it will always appear at the bottom. So say I wanted to add it to that top section, I just drag it up and then place it underneath. And you can make it stand out on its own. You would just need to move it out. Or you could make it a sub item of an item that's already a sub item. So that would be what we call a third tier. But right now things are organized really nicely, so I'm just going to remove that. You can also add posts, custom links, so these might be an external link somewhere else. You can add blog categories, or even event categories, but this would just be appearing at the header at the top of the page. If you wanted to edit the social navigation, you would just go to that drop down and click select. I'm going to leave because I don't want to change anything. So right now you just have Facebook and YouTube, but this would be where you could add Instagram if you guys get an Instagram, or Twitter, and then you would just save the menu there. And these you add as custom links, and then you can just model what we did for YouTube and Facebook to add the Twitter or any other social media. So that's how you edit your menu, and that's what's appearing right here.